This is Danny Lizalde, and if you're not in the now, you're in the nothing.
Man, it seems like the last few months you've had quite a bit on your plate. You've been kind of the busy man.
And yeah, it's been nonstop. I mean, for one, I've been jamming a lot. The band's been writing and stuff, and it's just been kind of an ongoing thing, no break. Which it's cool, but it gets tiring.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been doing quite a bit of stuff. Shows. We've done a couple of shows. But the writing, we've actually been working on new material and stuff like that. It's been really, really cool. But and of course, work and everything else with it. It's just. But yeah, I've been pretty busy, real busy.
Let's go back a couple of months and talk a little bit about. We did the big 4th of July parade for the In the Now float, and you were our drummer extraordinaire on that float. What was that whole thing like for you, being a part of that? And
man, it was awesome
to do what you did.
That was awesome. To be able to just go down Main Street and play the drums. It was definitely one thing that I've always wanted to do. And to be able to be on the float by myself, originally I wanted 2 drummers. We were talking about 2 drummers, but so I pretty much wore myself out because I was trying to make up for the other drummer, But it was really cool, and the response I thought was really awesome too. I thought everyone enjoyed it. It was definitely something unusual.
I know you definitely got quite a few comments on our Facebook page, people commenting about you and being the metal drummer in the 100-degree heat. And
yeah, it was. Yeah, that's right. It was hot that day. And, the cool thing about it is that there's people that was at the parade, that I don't know that have came up to me and been like, hey, there's that guy on that float playing the drums. I was like, yeah. They're like, that's cool, man. That was cool. Yeah, it was pretty intense. I had so much energy for that. I wanted to take breaks, but it seemed like I played the whole way.
Yeah. I think maybe you took 1 or 2.
Yeah, I think after a while to take a drink or something. But I remember it being super hot. It was really hot.
Now I think we're working on right now doing the Christmas parade. Are you going to be a part of that as well?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely like to do something. Every year I'd like to bring something different. Definitely help out the magazine and do whatever I can do to make it kick ass.
I know we were talking about maybe trying to do a rotating platform for the drums.
See, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, if we could do some turntable or something like that, but we'll just have to wait and see.
See what kind of surprises we can come up with.
We might have a couple more, tricks up our sleeves, But definitely want to do something, that's going to be unusual and
make everybody remember it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Now the summer kept you, as we were talking earlier, quite busy. You had your debut of the Back from the Dead Fest this summer.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about how that whole idea came about.
Well, for one, Murder Ordained got back together, and I was planning on having a little birthday party anyways, and it turned out to be something a lot more. I thought it was really cool. So, the Back from the Dead, Murder Ordained, as far as I knew, was dead. I didn't think we'd ever, come back this strong. And, I think that whole thing happening like that, I think it's starting to do something. I think every year I'd like to put on some kind of Back from the Dead or something, do something that, because it was so cool. It was so cool to have that and just have fun and not get all political. Just have fun, and maybe next year I'm thinking about bringing somebody really, really big that this town has never seen. And yeah, it's going to be something that you guys are going to want. So yeah, it's going to be really killer.
Nice.
yeah, I'm not going to let the cat out of the bag quite yet, but be looking for it because I think it's going to shake this town a little bit. So
I think that's what the metal scene needs right now. Is something to shake it up a little bit.
big time, put a little fire or big fire underneath people. I mean, people, the metalheads, they don't die out; they just crawl into places. So you need to bring them all out. But just to keep something going in this town. This town up and down with the music scene. And there for a while it seemed like it was pretty continuous. And then here things happen and stuff. But I just like putting on shows. I just like doing stuff, and I like the main thing is for people to have fun. Mm-hmm. As long as people are having fun, then I did my job. But yeah. That's going to be something to look forward to, that's for sure.
Definitely looking forward to that.
Yeah.
Talking a little bit about Murder Ordained, did you are you surprised that getting back together, the chemistry is just kind of came back to all of you guys, and you guys just kind of fit back into place?
It was like we never even stopped. I mean, it's been 5 years. In fact, I finally changed my strings on my bass from 5 years ago, and I'm still using the same pick that I used 5 years ago.
Wow.
So it was pretty much like I put the bass down and it sat there for 5 years, and I put it right back on, and it was like right there. I mean, it did take, we were a little rusty,
Mm-hmm.
But now since we have a new addition, we have Jay,
Mm-hmm.
it is just intense. It is really awesome. And
do you think bringing him in was kind of maybe that missing part of Murder
yeah,
Ordained?
I think so. I really do. 3-piece band is good to have, but sometimes when you add another element, I mean, 3-piece Primus, I mean, there's a lot of bands
Rush
out there, Rush,
Yeah.
Prong or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
It takes a lot. But this type of music, you've got to have the 2 guitars, and Jay has had that background with Onwell, and him and Frick has toured and stuff, so it was like, to get all that elements here, is really cool. Now me and Jay are doing a lot of songwriting now, and it's really, really cool. I mean, the way that it turned out, it was like meant to be,
Mm-hmm.
So... And they have the 3 original members too,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I couldn't ask for any more. I mean, the guys, every one of them, we're at the same level, musically, mentally, and we had plenty of time to mess up our lives back then. Now we've kind of, gotten past all the BS and figure out, hey, this is something that we really want to do,
Mm-hmm.
But I'm really loving it. I really am.
No, in our last interview, you were talking about wanting to try and have out the Murder Ordained CD by the end of this year.
Yeah.
Looks like that's not going to happen.
No, we started rehearsing for this Halloween show that we just did last weekend, and we went ahead and wrote another new song for that. So we spent a lot of time doing that, but it's something that I really wanted to do, but putting a time on something like that for recording, like, hey, we got to get this done by this date so we can do this or that, I just want to let things just fall into place. It'll happen, even if it takes us all year long to make a demo. As long as we're completely 100% satisfied with it, that's what I want. Mm-hmm. As long as everyone is completely happy, then no matter how long it takes, But we do need to get on it. Mm-hmm. Really do.
Now you're talking about that you love putting on shows. Is there anything in the future you're working on show-wise? Do you have any big events coming up that you might want to tease or?
There is something that has been real heavy on me. As far as my mother. She just went through breast cancer, and so it. Never really realized, the seriousness of, that whole cancer. I mean, any kind of cancer, and until it hits home, and then you're like, wow, I mean, so, I'm thinking in maybe April, around April, May, maybe March, April, I like to put on a cancer benefit show. And this will pretty much be maybe an acoustic thing, something that I think to kind of get this town involved. And I haven't seen too many things around Hutch that has been real serious, to really get, our generation, our generation involved into it. And I think that would be really cool to do something like that, Of course, nonprofit, all the proceeds would go to the Cancer Society, But it is something that I'm thinking about and in the making, and I think that would be a good thing to do, And another thing is there is a Salt Fest going on at the beginning of June, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do a Battle of the Bands for that or something big. I think, might even have a little wrestling or something in there. I don't know yet, but it's going to be definitely really, really cool. It's I've done Battle of the Bands for the Hutch Fest for 5 years, and just kind of stopped doing it there for a while, and been really itching to do it again, and so I think that would be something, to get the bands motivated and to get together and have some fun, you know. But, and of course, Back from the Dead, that's a definite. I want to try to make that a yearly event, but maybe get some major headliner every year, somebody different, but it's going to be metal.
Nice.
It's going to be, it's,
a full-on metal show.
Full-on metal show, it could be some soft metal, but it's going to be metal. But I'm really excited about that. I've stepped out of the scene of doing shows because of concentrating on music and bands, but and plus we've had venues here to play at, so it wasn't like. But now, since there's not any real venues to play, I mean, the only way we're going to be able to do live shows is if we put them on ourselves, So I think that's the way to go, and maybe getting the promoting a little bit. I'm kind of interested in Hutch. Seems like we get passed by so many times, and we could really get some really cool music here and bring people from other towns here instead of us going there. I think it would be really cool.
Now, just briefly, something we haven't touched on was the Space Between. What's the status of Space Between, and what do you got going on with that?
Well,
with that project?
The Space, we're actually going pretty strong. In fact, we have a show at Barleycorns in Old Town, November 16th, Friday night. We're playing with Black Wall Monument.
Nice.
And we haven't played Wichita for over a year, so this is kind of exciting. And we're in the middle of writing some new material, so that, but we're going strong on that one. I mean, that will never die out. That is something that I will play probably for the rest of my life. But Space is the
Definitely
last show.
Still there.
Oh yeah, and we get a lot of people liking it every time we play. I mean, it's really influential. But it's just a part of me, Yeah.
Cool. Any last comments you want to toss in? Anything we didn't touch base on? Or?
No, I mean, I'm just stoked to be alive and to play music, and I'm just thrilled of what's gonna come ahead in the future. I'm anxious to see.
Cool. All right, man. Well, I think that covered everything.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
Cool.